It's my favorite thing to bet across all sports, across all markets. NFL Coach of the Year is my favorite because there's multiple ways to win, which is what makes it a lot of fun. And right now in the Coach of the Year market, it's still very, very early. We played 1 week, so you don't want to make too big of overreactions or whatever, and like kind of like just like go out there and start betting everything. No, you don't have to do that. You can pump the brakes, and we've seen times where some Coach of the Year winners come up with circumstance award-winning kind of victories, like Kevin Stefanski or Mike Vrabel, or sometimes guys like Brian Dable, who went on like a losing streak at the end of the season, but then won 1 game against Indianapolis, all of a sudden wins Coach of the Year. Like those things kind of happen in this market, but our current favorite right now over at BetMGM is Jacksonville Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen. Liam Cohen right now is at 7-1 plus 700 at BetMGM. But I wrote down a couple of names that I wanted to get to with this market. 2 that stand out to me, and one in particular. The first one, I'll say this because you guys already know how I feel about this guy. Jets head coach Aaron Glenn. I wouldn't bet it right now. I mean, they're a 6.5-point underdog on Sunday. Like now is not the time to bet Aaron Glenn. They're 15-1. He's 15-1, I should say, to win the award. Would make a lot of sense if they ever won 9-10 games. He would be in the conversation, but I just don't think that this is the buy point for someone like Aaron Glenn. A guy where you could make the argument to where it is a buy point is Indianapolis Colts head coach Shane Steichen. Now, I'm not a believer yet, but I'm also leaving room to be potentially wrong about the Indianapolis Colts. Steichen is 16-1 right now to win Coach of the Year. And what kind of has me hanging up on Steichen and like where I'm not like really like looking to dive in right now is that, like lost in all the chaos at the end of last season, they did win 8 games. And as we outlined in the offseason, like you want that minimum 4-win improvement from your coach. Like, do you see Indianapolis going 12-5, maybe 13-4? I don't. Now, here's the thing for this week. They're only a 1.5-point underdog against Denver. It's not crazy that they would win the game. It's like a coin flip kind of game. If the Colts start the year 2-0 and one of their wins is over the offseason darlings, the Denver Broncos, that's going to get a lot of people's attention. And like we've already started to see people talk about Daniel Jones saying, oh, like Indiana Jones, since that's his new nickname now. It's no longer Danny Dimes, it's just Indiana Jones. Like everyone's kind of getting excited about him. Like they just beat the Miami Dolphins. Let's take a chill pill a little bit. But still, you could see where this could go if they beat Denver Sunday afternoon. Steichen right now is 16-1. I would not bet it because just as easy as they could win, they could also lose the game. And then we're right back to 1-1. But he's a guy that I'm going to keep a close eye on. I'm not there with them being a potential 12 or 13 win team. The guy where I do think there's a potential for a 12 or 13 win season, and I didn't think I would ever get here in the offseason, but Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon right now is 12-1 over at BetMGM. And this is one of those things that kind of developed in real time for me because we got the news that Brock Purdy yesterday is likely going to be out 2 to 5 weeks. We discussed that as well in the last segment. That's a massive, massive deal. And the biggest beneficiary to this Brock Purdy injury is the Arizona Cardinals. Why did I say that? The Cardinals play the 49ers next week. We know Brock Purdy's not playing in that game. Like, you have to think about that differently. Because, like, before the season starts, you see, Cardinals at the 49ers. Well, the Niners will be favored. They should be able to take care of business, whatever. It's a divisional game, but you'd expect them to win it. Now, it's completely different. Like, the equation is completely different. If the Cardinals win on Sunday, which right now, they are a 6.5-point home favorite against maybe the worst team in the league, the Carolina Panthers. If they win on Sunday, they're 2-0. Next week, they're probably going to be a road favorite at San Francisco. They win that game. Now it's the 3-0 Arizona Cardinals, and the rest of the schedule, at least in the first half, is pretty manageable. Like this could be a 6-1 Arizona Cardinals team by the time they get to the bye week. I think now is the time to buy Jonathan Gannon at 12-1 in the Coach of the Year market. I have bet it. I think out there, if you don't have anything in this market, that's a bet that you should make. I don't know if he's going to win, but I do think with this injuries in San Francisco and with the Rams situation with Matthew Stafford's back being an issue from a week-to-week standpoint, and who knows what the hell Seattle does, Arizona might be a team to where we look up in December, hey, the Cardinals, the Cardinals are 10-4? Like we could have that conversation. So I think Gannon at 12-1 is a bet in the Coach of the Year market just because they won 8 games last year, but he actually has the potential to be a 12-game winner or maybe even a 13-game winner, which would get him this award, in my opinion, because if they win the West, I think a lot of people are going to point to Jonathan Gannon as the reason why, since Gannon gets a lot of praise throughout the media. So that's Coach of the Year right now heading into week 2.